Have so much fun. Go see some shows. Thank you so much to all our guests this hour and to Claire, Amy Schumer, Sass Goldberg, Yamanika Saunders, Ariel Siegel, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Ashwin, of course. Y'all have a great day, and if it's not, change it.
Expect more with Natalie Grant, only on 4 News Now.
See your favorite Paw Patrol characters live on stage in the all-new Paw Patrol Live Heroes Unite. You and your kids will love this interactive adventure.
Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts March 2nd and 3rd. Tickets are on sale now at pawpatrollive.com.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Now at 4 News Now at 5, grants for housing, low-cost rebuilding loans, and funding programs. What's bringing relief for Spokane County wildfire victims?
I'm tracking more showers for Wednesday, but there is a break in the wet weather coming soon. I'll let you know when we will dry out in your first alert forecast.
And new details about the teenagers accused in Friday's deadly robbery. You're watching 4 News Now at 5. Hundreds of people affected by the Gray and Oregon Road wildfires now have access to federal funding, with President Joe Biden approving a disaster declaration for Washington. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. The Medical Lake and Elk communities are still trying to clear the rubble and debris left behind 6 months after the Spokane County's most destructive fires, burning over 360 homes. Hunter Bertram explains what this relief means.
Derek, with Biden's announcement today of federal funding to help those that are affected in the Gray and Oregon Road fires, many in the community tell me they're happy they're finally being acknowledged.
We're not a big community, but the fact that we're being seen, we're being heard, and our concerns are being addressed, I think that's what, in essence, at the core of humanity, that's literally what we're looking for, is for someone to hear us, to understand our concern, and to take some action.
The funds will aid grants for those in need of temporary housing. It also includes low-cost loans for those who need extra help rebuilding outside of what insurance provides, or if uninsured at all, and money for programs dedicated to helping people and businesses rebuild. Several local lawmakers have been pressing the Biden administration for this declaration. In a statement, Senator Patty Murray says her office is now focused on making sure the assistance goes where it's needed. Congresswoman Kathy McMorris-Rogers adding that this funding will unlock financial resources and help those still in desperate need. For more information on how you can apply for the funds, head to our website at KXLY.com. Not everybody was thrilled with the declaration announcement today. Why one survivor says this help is coming far too late. And on 4 News Now at 6. Reporting in Medical Lake, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, there is a little more rain for us in your first alert forecast. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is tracking how much?
Well, it was a warm day today, too.
Yeah, almost 50 degrees, right?
It felt like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
We did officially, your car thermometer might have said 50, but officially at the airport it was 44 in Coeur d'Alene. We did get down to 50, or up to 50 rather, in Lewiston today. So that is why all of the precipitation we saw in the valleys was falling in the form of rain. But we are drying out around the region, and we're going to get a break for the evening. A great opportunity to walk the dog or get that early spring training jog, and most of the wet weather now is even to the east of the Moscow area. A little bit of shower activity around St. Mary's, and also along I-90 just to the east of Coeur d'Alene, but that is moving off. Our next round of showers will move in sometime around 3 a.m. Here is our chance of precipitation. Actually, it's at 0 at 3 a.m. and then jumps up to 30%. Not especially high. That's for measurable precipitation, back down to 20 and then stays at 20 through the entire day on Wednesday. But this evening, great opportunity to get a few things done that you need to do outside. Even a little bit of clearing in the sky right now. We're going to stay above freezing until about 10 o'clock. Then we'll start to see some of those wet roads and sidewalks get a little frosty. Watch your step if you're out late tonight or early tomorrow morning. I'll be back with a longer break in the wet weather in your forecast, but I am also tracking some snow back in the valleys in the extended outlook. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. We now have new information about 3 of the 4 teenagers accused in Friday's deadly robbery. They were arrested for conspiracy to commit robbery, attempted robbery, and assault in the first degree. The 3 18-year-olds had their first court appearance in Superior Court this afternoon. Now, here is 4 News Now exclusive video of the police chase that took place following that robbery. A young woman in the car was found with a gunshot wound to the head and was later pronounced dead at a hospital. Marissa Rio has new information on the suspects and the charges they're facing.
That's right, Derek. Christopher Gimmica, Caden Willoughby, Devin McEwen, and another 16-year-old were the 4 teenagers arrested in connection to this crime. According to court documents, McEwen was the driver accused of trying to get away from the police. Now, according to another affidavit, Gimmica was already on probation for previous crimes, and he had been failing to keep in contact with his probation counselor. Now, just a week before this chase, his probation counselor requested a warrant for his arrest because he deemed Gimmica a threat to society. Gimmica appeared in court first, and the court commissioner listed his previous issues with the law as reasons to hold the bond amount at $500,000. According to court documents, Devin told police that the group tried to rob someone they were meeting to sell tools to. Little did they know, they were meeting with the person they stole the items from in the first place. An argument erupted between both parties, triggering a chase. Court documents reveal that Caden and the woman in the car both fired shots out of the windows. The court commissioner acknowledged Devin as the driver of the car, and the state quoted a judge talking about the danger he potentially poses if he's released.
Defendant presents as ringleader of alleged group of serial property thieves. He allegedly set up an armed robbery by offering stolen tools for sale on Facebook with a plan to rob the buyer at gunpoint, while multiple members of the conspiracy had firearms. He then fled in a Dodge Dart. He was driving at high speed, while others in the car shot at the victims who followed him.
Court documents reveal that Caden indicated that the young woman in the car with them shot herself in the head to avoid jail time. The teenagers are being held on $500,000 bond. We will continue to update you with any new information as soon as it becomes available. Reporting live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. Around the nation now, a student at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs faces a judge on the murder charges of 2 people who were found shot to death in a dorm room on Friday night. Loved ones remembering 24-year-old Samuel Knopp, who's the suspect's roommate.
He was an extremely talented individual, and he had so much going for him. He was extremely bubbly and so kind.
26-year-old Celie Rain Montgomery, who was not a student, was also killed. Police tracked down the suspect Monday after a 3-day manhunt. Officials in Kansas City believe they know who fired the shot that killed a woman at the Chiefs Super Bowl victory rally. 2 men are facing charges for that shooting. Police say it started with an argument between the 2 men who didn't previously know each other. The shootout injured more than 20 people, including both shooters who are in the hospital. 2 unidentified teens have also been charged in connection with the shooting. Prosecutors say they expect more arrests in the coming weeks. This morning, the Washington Department of Transportation reached a new major milestone on the north-south corridor Highway 395 development.
They set the first girders last night between our Phase 1 project, which is just south at Spokane Community College, and the Spokane River Crossing project. So big milestone, those first girders kind of signaling the drivable bridge deck that travelers will use in the not-too-distant future.
The girders laid this morning are also made here in the Northwest at a facility near State Line. DOT says the corridor is still on its scheduled timeline with an expected opening near 2030. Well, the state is accusing a local contracting company of collecting more than $500,000 from its clients without completing the work. Tonight on 4 News Now at 6, we show you our year-long investigation into Hammer Time construction, the trail of receipts, projects left undone, and questions for law enforcement about why nothing has been done.
He's the worst kind of thief because he did it in your face. It's not somebody breaking into your house and stealing your belongings.
Here are the stories of the people who gave Hammer Time Construction their life savings in our special report tonight at 6 o'clock. Well, the Spokane Public School District is meeting tomorrow to discuss its plans for the future following the failure of its bond in the February special election. It was meant to fund the replacement of 2 elementary schools and other upgrades to schools throughout the district. The next step is considering putting the bond on either November's general election ballot or waiting until February of 2027. The school board work session starts at 4:30 tomorrow. We will bring you any updates on 4 News Now.